Hello, callers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Nico Gonzalez, as it has been reported that the 21-year-old Barcelona midfielder is closing in on a Real Betis loan move. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about Francisco Trincao, who now plays for Sporting CP in Portugal. It has been reported that FC Barcelona are set to receive 1.5 million euros after the 23-year-old Lonis transfer is made permanent. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you are just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are highly welcome. Consider liking the video and please watch the video right up to the very end. La Masia continues to be a breeding ground for a whirlpool of talents hailing from the academy. Nico Gonzalez has been a widely recognized talent after he completed an impressive breakthrough to the Barcelona first team. Despite an impressive pre-season, the young midfielder joined Valencia before the inauguration of 2022-23 season with aspirations of securing regularity. However, since joining Valencia, Nico Gonzalez has faced his fair share of complications. The Spaniard endured several physical problems, and the added sporting struggles of Valencia deteriorated his case. When taking Barcelona's dire need to execute exit operations in mind, Nico Gonzalez to be a disposable asset, he appears. The goal is to move players while also saving money on salaries in order for registrations to move forward. According to Sport, Nico, who would be negotiating his loan to Betis with a buy option, is one of those who might hit the exit door. Although the 21-year-old has gone through a rocky phase, there is no denying of his talent. Real Betis have traditionally played with an expansive brand of football, which coincides with Nico's upbringing. Moreover, from their time together at the Blaugrana club, Ramon Planes is well familiar with Nico. The player would certainly fit the Betis mold. Barcelona's desire to eject the player originates from the club's will to immediately work on their exit, but also because of the growing competition in midfield. While there is an open slot in the defensive midfield position, Xavi told Mundo Deportivo that he sees him as a more advanced player. He said, "I see Nico as more offensive. He has a slightly more attacking mentality, more dividing, dribbling. To give you an idea, a bit like Frankie de Jong this season," he said. With rumors of Ruben Neves and Ilkay Gundogan also being targeted, a move to the Verde Blancos will benefit Nico Gonzalez as he chases more minutes. Of course, as he chases more minutes, it will be very interesting. It will be very important for his young career, because I think Nico coming back to Barca after his disappointing loan spell at Valencia will not do well in his career. I think he has a lot of potential. We quite remember Nico break through to the Barca first team when Koeman was still in charge. Alongside, we saw him and Xavi came out the same way, and it was really amazing to see how they perform until manager Xavi came and loaned him out before this new season. So Nico Gonzalez, despite having a turbulent season for Valencia, all because of injury issues, that doesn't mean the club have lost interest. He's still a valuable player, but even though there have been rumors of Barca putting him on the transferable list, it doesn't change the fact that he still remains a good player, and Xavi himself knows the quality of the midfielder, as we can see how he was explaining to Mundo Deportivo the qualities that he has. And of course, from the look of things, Barca might just do him more favor in order to loan him rather than selling him, because I think selling him now will be like, you'll be very, very harsh on him, knowing fully well that he never had many opportunities to play on his loan deal while at Valencia, because majority of his season he was not even available on the squad sheet to even play because of injuries. So I think Barca will just try to loan him, maybe give him another chance. And of course, I think going to Betis would be a far better option, because Betis plays a typical attacking style of 4-3-3 like how Barca does. Very expansive and attacking football. I think Nico will enjoy that the more compared to when he was at Valencia this season. So let's see how it's gone. Of course, we know that in La Masia, Many are called, few are chosen. That's how it have always been. Gavi, who came the same time with Nico to the first team, we have seen Gavi have enjoyed game time and have been fan favorite most of the time. So that's just it. But we just hope that if Nico can go next season, improve his game, then Xavi must also contemplate to bring him back rather than splashing money for another year to bring in a new midfielder. So we just have to see how it goes for Nico. Hopefully, he should have a good season next time around playing for Betis. But the move is not yet completed, by the way. They are just speculations, and Betis are really interested in a loan move for him. And Barca are reportedly open to such a possibility, hoping that he will. But I think now he will be back to the Barca camp because season is over. So when they come back, maybe he can do some pre-season training with the team before he can head on to loan move after an agreement is being reached formally. Then on to the final story of discussion. At a time when any sort of revenue is welcome, FC Barca have received a 1.5 million euros financial boost following Francisco Trincao's permanent transfer to Portuguese club Sporting CP. According to Mundo Deportivo, the 23-year-old winger had signed for Sporting Lisbon on loan last summer with a mandatory permanent purchase clause worth 7 million euros embedded in his deal. The Catalans had already received a 3 million euro payment on loan fee last summer, and with Sporting signing Trincao permanently, part of the 7 million euro fee has now been paid to La Liga champions FC Barcelona. As per the report, Barca have received around 1.5 million euros from the Portuguese club, with the rest of the amount to be paid on a later date. It must also be noted that the Blaugrana also retain a 50% future sales right in Trincao, meaning they would be pocketing half of the transfer fee that Sporting would sell him for in the future. Trincao signed for Barcelona in the summer of 2020 from SC Braga, but things have never clicked for him in the Catalan club after a subpar debut season under Koeman. He was shipped out to loan on Wolf in the 2021-22 season, where he did not make a big impression either. But a move back in his homeland seems to be turning out well for the 23-year-old as he finished the 2022-23 season with 13 goals and 4 assists from 52 matches. Trincao's move to Sporting Lisbon was made permanent the day they were mathematically safe from relegation from the Portuguese top flight. As such, he is understood to be signing a 5-year contract with the club with a release clause worth 80 million euros. If some club were to trigger the clause in the future, Barca would stand to get half of that amount. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.